In this video, I wanted to talk about the benefits of a Mexican driver's license. Whether you're born and raised Mexican, an expat settling in Puerto Vallarta, or a digital nomad cruising through Oaxaca, you might be asking, why get a Mexican license? What's wrong with my foreign one? How does it make life easier? We're going to dive deep into this and unpack the perks, practical uses, and some lesser known tips that you won't find in most tour guides about legally driving in Mexico, having multiple driver's licenses, and why a Mexican driver's license is your ticket to thriving not only in Mexico, but also driving internationally as well. So, number one, what is a Mexican driver's license? Licencia de conducir. It's an official permit issued by state authorities in Mexico. And state is a key word there. So it legally allows you to drive vehicles like cars, motorcycles, or trucks. Each of Mexico's 32 states regulates its own licensing. So requirements and process vary slightly depending on the state, but all licenses are recognized nationwide per the Reglamento de Tránsito in state laws. It's required for Mexican citizens and legal residents, including foreigners with temporary or permanent residency, who plan to drive long-term or register a vehicle in their name in Mexico. So even if you're just a resident of Mexico, you're going to want to get a driver's license from Mexico. I highly recommend it. And if you're a Mexican citizen, it's very important. Even if you're an expat, dual citizen, a Mexican American, still, when you're in Mexico, it's good to have a Mexican driver's license. So why does this matter? Mexico can be chaotic to drive through Mexico City, but it's really nice on Baja California's coastal highways. Mexico sees over 10 million vehicles daily. Okay, and a local license ensures that you're compliant, you're insured, you're ready for the journey. Even if you have a US license or from Europe or somewhere else around the world, it's nice to have multiple driver's licenses. It can give you a lot of optionality, and it's just one less thing that they can use against you to try to, give you a ticket or something in Mexico if you happen to encounter a cop that just really wants to give you a ticket for whatever reason. You know how it can be in Mexico sometimes. So you still might be wondering, why can't you just use your foreign license? How does having a Mexican license really help daily life? Let's go more into detail about the top advantages, starting with legal compliance and convenience. So avoiding fines, legal compliance. One of the biggest benefits of a Mexican driver's license for residents is legal compliance, which saves you from fines and headaches. If you're a tourist, you can drive in Mexico with a valid foreign license, such as from the US or Canada, for up to 90 days. Okay, 90 days. Often paired with an international driving permit, the IDP, per the 1949 Geneva Convention. But for residents, Mexican citizens or foreigners with temporary or permanent residency, you need a Mexican license within 1 year of registering a vehicle in your name, or sooner if your foreign license expires. The details, if you're a frequent renter of vehicles, is unclear, but what's clear is after 90 days, you really should start to be using a Mexican driver's license. Driving without a valid Mexican license can lead to fines, anywhere from 25 to 100 US dollars. It could lead to vehicle impoundment or legal issues, especially if you're involved in an accident. A local license proves you're authorized to drive, ensuring compliance with state laws, like Jalisco's Reglamento de Tránsito. Here's a lesser-known perk: insurance validity. Mexican auto insurance, mandatory for all drivers, often requires a valid Mexican license for full coverage, avoiding claim denials. Bottom line, if you're in Mexico for more than 90 days a year, I highly recommend having a Mexican license, whether you're driving your own car or you're renting cars. Another major advantage is convenience for residents, especially those owning or registering vehicles. If you're a Mexican citizen or a foreign resident with a residente temporal or permanente, a Mexican driver's license simplifies vehicle-related processes. Registering a car in your name, whether a Mexican plated vehicle or a foreign one with a TIP, the temporary import permit, requires a Mexican license within 1 year. Without it, you risk penalties or complications when renewing permits or crossing borders. And here's a hidden gem: streamlined bureaucracy. A Mexican license eliminates the need to carry an IDP or foreign license translations, which police may demand, especially in rural areas. I find the Mexican license is easier to get than an IDP. And while an IDP, an international driver's permit, may be useful in other places around the world, in Mexico, a Mexican driver's license is very easy to get. If you need help, by the way, MyLatinLife, we're a full-scale immigration consultancy. We help people get residency in Mexico, citizenship in Mexico, open bank accounts, start companies, and get driver's licenses. So we can help you select the best state in Mexico to get your driver's license from, and ultimately put that driver's license and anything else you need in Mexico in your hands. So there's a link in the description to this video. If you check down below, there's a link to our calendar. If you'd like to book a call, become our client, and we can help you with anything Mexico, relocation, and expat services. Moving on with the video, a surprising benefit is using your Mexican driver's license as a secondary ID, as well as unlocking local discounts. In Quintana Roo specifically, in the Riviera Maya, there's lots of local discounts on tours and museums for locals to the state. So if you have a driver's license from Quintana Roo, that's often widely accepted as a valid ID for everyday tasks and for also getting that local discount because it'll have your address right on there. It'll be from the local state. So this will also help you reduce reliance on passports or residency cards, which are costlier and more annoying to replace, right? So if you can get away with using your Mexican driver's license instead of your resident card or your passport and not have to be bringing that out in public, that's a good thing. You can use this driver's license to help you open bank accounts in Mexico, sign contracts, or access government services. Not all the time. Sometimes you might need other documents as well, but certainly this driver's license is going to help. And I think the discount opportunities is a lesser known perk here. In some states like Jalisco, presenting your license at museums, archaeological sites, or cultural events can secure resident discounts. Sometimes it'll be free for residents or 10 to 50% off. I remember I went to Xcaret in Riviera Maya, which is super expensive. It's over $100 per day for the ticket. And I got the local resident discount because, at least at the time, my Mexico residency was tied to Quintana Roo. Okay? So there's definitely some interesting perks there. And it's cool. It's a badge of local identity, which for expats, it signals integration. It's kind of funny when you show people your Mexican driver's license, and it can be used around the world as well, not just in Mexico, which is a hidden perk. Okay, so there are some regional variations and practical considerations. Getting the Mexico's driver's license varies across states. They charge vastly different amounts of money. Some charge $20, some charge over $100 for the license. Okay, we actually have a spreadsheet of the cost in every state in Mexico. It's crazy, the variability in the price of the licenses. So Mexico City is a great place to get your license if you're down to get it wherever. A lot of my clients, they even do a Mexico City's driver's license as well as the state that they're actually a resident of. So whether you're a resident in Quintana Roo or Jalisco or Guanajuato, wherever else, you can get a license from that state as well as Mexico City in some circumstances. So there's a little hidden hack. Some states will make you go through more of the full process again. If you show, say, a US driver's license and you say, hey, I have a US license, a Canadian license, do I have to do a driver's test, things like that. Most states are going to let you skip the driver's test. Most states are going to let you skip the written test as well. To wrap up, here's how to get and maximize your Mexican driver's license. Number one, gather documents, bring your residency card, proof of address, CORP, passport, copies of everything. If the address isn't in your name, include a marriage certificate, INM letter, any other documents that you have. Step two, visit the right office, okay? You might want to look at your state's Secretaría de Movilidad or the licensing office. It's a little bit different in every state. No appointment needed in most states, but it depends, and you definitely want to arrive early to avoid lines. Three, preparing for the test. Figure out if you need to do the test. I highly recommend finding a state in Mexico where you don't need to do the test. It'll require a high level of Spanish skills for one thing. Okay, step four, use as ID. So once you have this license, you can carry it around for banking, voter registration, or discounts at cultural sites, reducing passport wear and the chance of you losing your passport. Okay? It's always good to have more ID documents. Another tip, renew on time. So renew within 30 days of expiration to avoid fines. Okay? And a lesser known strategy is leverage digital licenses. So some states actually have digital licenses with QR codes as well, adding some convenience. In addition to the physical copy, it's like sort of a backup. So that's something that they're rolling out that you can keep an eye on. And there you have it. So a Mexican driver's license is a must-have for Mexican residents, offering legal compliance, convenience, secondary ID perks, cultural integration, and confidence on Mexico's vibrant roads. From avoiding fines and simplifying vehicle ownership to unlocking discounts and blending into local life, this licencia is your key to thriving, whether you're in Mexico City or an expat in Oaxaca. With tips like gathering the right docs, preparing for the state-specific requirements, you're ready to hit the road like a pro. I hope this video answered your questions and got you pumped to drive in Mexico. If you have any questions about the process in your state, drop them in the comments below. Remember, you can book a call with us if you want to become our client and you want help with this specific process, residency, or anything in Mexico. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next video.